good morning, fam. How's everybody doing? Crazy week this week, fam. Well, it's Friday morning. I'm here at the yard. I'm getting ready to run up to Baxley, get a load up in Baxley, and then bring that back down to Jacksonville. I'll deliver it on Monday down in Orlando. Truck's been in the shop. I had that oil leak. Y'all remember? Excuse me. You guys remember me talking about that oil leak? Well, I got the oil leak repaired. The bolts that hold the oil pan up have a special grommet on them, and they were worn out. So while I was over there, I went ahead and had the all the brakes redone on the trailer. I also had new drums put on, so I'm set up for a long time on this trailer, fam. But you might as well get it over with in one shot. Set me back about $1,700, but par for the course. But if I'd have gone somewhere else besides Seals Diesel, I'd have paid a lot more than $1,700. So I'm always grateful for Randy and that team over there. So I'm gonna wander on up to Baxley, grab this load, and then come on back down to Jacksonville and just be here for the weekend. I will check in with you guys on the way. And nice crisp morning this morning, about 42 degrees. So we'll be in touch, fam. I hope y'all are having a blessed day. We'll talk soon. Here we go. Just made it up to Blackshear. Boy, that was a long ride today. Same 112 miles, I think it is. Seemed like it took forever though. But looks wide open in there, fam. So hopefully I can get in and out real quick, get my load, and then head on back down to Jacksonville. There's not a cloud in the sky, so I'm gonna head on back to Jacksonville and do my tarping there, and then I'll be in touch with you guys on the way out. Catch up in a little bit, fam. Here we go. Well, hey, fam, how's everybody doing? Hey, this video is going to look a little bit different. I'm actually up in Denver right now at my brother's place, and I'm doing the editing for the video. But I'm going to jump back in time, about 2 years, to a time when I was actually working on the mount for the generator, because an APU is about $13,000 and I didn't have that. So I had to build my own mount or rack or whatever you want to call it. So we're going to jump back in time a couple of years, look at what I went through to build that mount, and then we'll come back to the present time, fam. Appreciate every one of you. Here we go. What's up, fam? And how's everybody doing? Well, today I'm going to start unboxing the generator for the truck. As you all know, I have the Zero Breeze in there, and it just hasn't been working. It does good for what it's designed to do, but as far as what I need it to do, and that's keep that truck cool, it just doesn't seem to work out very well. So what I'll be doing is taking this Westinghouse i4500. I'll take this, and I'm going to make a bracket and put it on the truck. So just wanted to keep you guys posted on what was going on, and we'll do the unboxing. We got to build brackets for it and everything else, and after that's all done, we'll see what happens. Hopefully I'll be able to stay cool at night and not burn up like I'm doing right now. So stay posted and keep posted. I'll keep posting you is what I'm trying to say, and we'll talk soon. Fam, I've watched a number of YouTubes on this item, and a lot of war stories or horror stories out there how it didn't work. there's three things that I'm really looking for. Number one is oil and fuel, I guess. Got to make sure that that's in there. Battery has to be hooked up, and then there is a choke control that has been a problem on some of these when they come straight out the box. So I'm going to look for all three of those real quick and follow all the operations instructions. They seem to be pretty well laid out, so I'm going to follow those right quick, and then we'll be right back, see if we can't get this thing to make a little noise. Hooking up this battery seems to be pretty straightforward and pretty simple. Well, fam, I got the battery hooked up, and I was following the operations instructions to the T, but it doesn't say anything about, at least so far, about checking the oil and everything. And I know on a lot of the YouTubes that I watch, some come with oil and some don't. So I'm going to go ahead and check the oil and make sure there's oil in there before I proceed. Then I'll get to the fuel valve thing that's right here in the front, which is what it seems to skip to. So maybe I'm ahead of myself, but just wanted to throw that in there. Kind of cool how they give you this little funnel that screws into the oil reservoir. Now, it's kind of dark in there, so I took a flashlight and I can shine it in there just to see if I have oil in it. I can see internal components of the motor, so clearly there's no oil. So I'm gonna go ahead and start putting some oil in. It takes about 0.6 quart. So that's a little more than half of this container right here. I'm gonna put a little rag down here because knowing me, I'll spill something. Well, to my best guess, that should be a little above half, so I'm going to pull it out and check. Looks like you can take just a little bit more. Okay, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, so I said it would take half a quart. This is half a quart. Well, 0.6 is what it says. Well, now the flashlight doesn't want to work. But I can see without the flashlight that I have it full. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the dipstick back in. Now, I don't see this in the manual anywhere, but just the old school in me. I'm gonna pull this. The engine's off. I just want to circulate it. All right, we got oil. Well, guess we'll try this thing out and see how it works. That was a little bit too easy. Very quiet. Not even sure you all can hear me. But let's try putting a load on it and see what kind of a difference that makes. Well, I'm inside the garage. I don't know how well you all can hear me yet, but Everything's very quiet. I'm sure outside it's going to be even quieter. It's supposed to be one of the quietest ones. So far, that noise level, pretty happy. Sounds just like what I'm going to need. Okay, now that it's off, this is one of the main reasons that I went with the Westinghouse. It's a couple of reasons. This key fob is one of them. Let's try this. Hey, that's pretty cool. So the reason I wanted this key fob is obviously this is going on the truck, and I wanted to be able to start this from inside the truck. So hopefully that's going to work out okay for me. So now the fun starts, because I got to build the brackets that are going to actually hold this thing on the longitudinal frame member on the truck. So I've got to make some pretty robust brackets, because this thing weighs about 100 pounds. So, and I guess with fuel in it, be close to 120, 125 pounds. So got some work cut out now, but so far, so good. What's up, fam? How's everybody doing? Well, it's the beginning of September, and I'm here in the garage getting ready to start on a project. It's hot out there, y'all. So I'm driving this truck. You can see the truck. If you look behind me, I don't even know if the glare is gonna let you see it, but I got the truck here at the house, okay? And the problem that I'm having is that it's hot. So I got a generator, and I'm gonna do a mini split, and I'm gonna put it all on the truck. See it down there? The challenge is getting the generator on a bracket. So I'm gonna try to fabricate that bracket today, get it on the truck. I'll take a bunch of pictures and bring y'all along with me. That's what I'm out to do today. So here we go. Okay, fam, so I got the preliminary cuts for the brackets done. Now the brackets are gonna be 24 inches deep and 26 inches this way, 24 inches this way. I've got a lot of bracing to do, but let me let you take a look at what we got so far. So now I'm gonna get a framing square out, make sure these things are squared up, and then I'll be cutting another extrusion, which will go between the two, which will set the width of them. And then stupid me, I left the bolts, the carbide bit, I left all that in the truck, so I got to go over to the yard to get that. And I'm going to go by Harbor Freight and get another shop blade, but it's coming along. Here we go. Okay, fam. So currently right now I am welding the two brackets together. This one right here, as you can see, I've already got it welded. Got to clean it up a little bit, but now I'm on the second one, which as you can see is in two pieces. So I'm going to be welding it just like this right here, but I want to make sure that I have it on a good, I guess that would be a 45-degree angle. So I'll do that, get it all set, put a pair of vice grips on it, and then I'll start welding. So hang tight, and I'll be over there welding in just a second. Okay, fam, I haven't been doing a lot of filming because of all the sparks and everything flying around, and it's really kind of boring watching me do what I do. But I'm gonna let you take a look at what this bracket looks like so far. It's coming out all right. I'm just a little bit concerned with my welding skills, so I'm just gonna run bolts through it just to make sure that it is sturdy as it should be. So hold on one second. So right here, you see I'm getting ready to grind this thing down, and I'm going to put these support members on it. That's these members right here, which are going to go just like that. and they'll go across there. So the whole thing, you can see, this is the side of it right here. The generator is going to sit in it flat. I'll show you here in just a second what it's going to look like with the generator sitting in it, but I'm going to get these last 4 welds done, and I'm going to call it a day. What's up, fam? It's the next day. Working on the bracket still out here getting after it. All I'm doing today at this point, I'm going to try to get it actually attached to the truck. Let me angle this camera up a little bit. I'm actually going to try to get it attached to the truck. Since I can't weld, all I'm doing today is grinding down all these corners that look like crap, because I'm not a professional welder. Just to be on the safe side, I'll actually be driving bolts through every corner, so I know I got a good strong hold on this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and get after it and bring you guys along for a lot of this. Okay, so I got all the bolts in. There's only 3 on each side. You can see one is here, and then one is over here. So I got all the bolts in. Now all I'm going to do is tighten these bolts down, and then I'll be taking the bracket out to the truck and start trying to fabricate the bracket that's actually going to hold it on the truck. I have an idea of what it's going to look like, but we'll see what happens when I get out there. Okay, so I'm about to go out to the truck and drill the holes into the to this cradle that will actually attach to the longitudinal frame member on the truck. And this is where I get a little bit nervous, and I'll show you why here in just a second. Okay, so here you see these 2 members right here. I'm going to drill 2 holes in here. I'm going to drill one about here, and I'm gonna drill another one somewhere around it here on both sides. And then I'm gonna take these bolts and I'll extend those bolts through those holes, and they will rest on the top. So the frame sits right here, and I'm gonna stick a bolt through there, so all of the weight is gonna rest here on these 2 bolts. Now, I forget what these bolts are made of, but they're not just your everyday bolt that you go buy at the store. It's a pretty robust bolt. This generator weighs 100 pounds, 98 pounds. With fuel in it, it's going to weigh about 120. All of that 120 pounds is going to rest on this bolt here and this bolt here. That in and of itself is not a big deal, because this piece of steel, along with this piece of steel, can easily support the 120 pounds. But you got to remember, I'm going to be bouncing down the road in a truck. I'm going to be braking and starting, so there's going to be forces downward. There's going to be forces this way, right here, if I have to ever slam the brakes on. So what I'm trying to do is really think ahead of all of the load-bearing points on this. I'll have one here, and I'll have one here. The 2 that are down here are really just to keep this cradle from swaying back and forth like this. You'll notice I attached the member along here on an angle. So when I attach this bolt right here in this area, that's why I have this right here, because not only am I going to support the back of the generator, but on this side I've got to support the front of the generator, which is the reason for this member right here, and then this member this member right here. So the weight of the generator, the front and the back's going to be supported because this goes straight down. The bottom of this cradle, if you will, right here and right here, it rests inside the angle. Okay, and I've got that all bolted in. So this piece right here, I'd have to break the bolt and break these welds for it to come through. So I'm not a professional welder, guys. I'm a do-it-yourself guy. But I think I've really tried to think ahead on where all the load-bearing points are. And it's going to be right here. This right here is really going to carry all the load of this generator. So hopefully this design is going to work out. I tried to think through everything, probably overthought it knowing me, but I'd rather overthink because I don't need this thing falling off the truck as I go down the road. The other thing that I did is this right here. When it goes through here, I bought a special drill bit. It's a cobalt bit. I don't want it to be, all right, here's the bit right here. Pretty robust bit. I'll drill through this. And I want to actually drill closer to this because I have so much more surface area over here. But all of that weight's going to be carried right there. So as I'm looking at this now, I'm probably going to go buy a couple of washers to spread that load out a little bit, because all I have right now is the top of this bolt. You know what? I might have already thought of that. I don't remember if I bought washers. I did. Okay. So I have these washers in here. So I'll spread the load out on a larger surface right here and right here. So now that I've overthought that, it's time to go ahead and get this thing on the truck.
Hanging around the corner with the upturned hat, down on the ground, trying to catch some cash. Busking, saxophone sound never rusted, steady hustling, just then.
Well, with the exception of it being a little bit uneven, I think we got a pretty good fit. I've got to put some padding behind it so I can try to reduce the harmonic distortion off the motor when it's running, so you don't feel it all through the truck. But we've got rubber bushings here. I'm going to put some rubber behind the generator itself, so I just got to measure it, make sure I'm even and all, and get the bolts cut the back brackets, and let's get this thing installed.
Keep that fear in check or you'll be a goner. Improvise and connect like a street performer. Can't see what's around the corner. Life's a mystery that you need to ponder. Gotta live what you believe and do what you wanna. Gotta give to receive like a street performer. It was one of them days around the corner. The sun blazed like a sauna. He saw the sun rays shine on her like limelight. He started killing it like cyanide. She's feeling it, the vibe's right. Tight connection like they psychic, so why fight it? The moment's golden, souls and minds united. Then it's broken and she's walking past, but his eyes open, scoping the phone number she dropped in the hat. Now how about that? It's all in the game. Switch from cannonball to train, it was calling his name. Small change jingled, then a man dropped singles. He kept blowing, hoping the cash is stacked like a can of Pringles. Then around the corner ran a street kid, grabbed a fat handful from the hat, then the thief split. No secret, that's a stone cold bummer. But he only wondered if he still had that phone number. But can't see what's around the corner. Time's like a thief and it creep up on you. Keep that fear in check or you'll be a goner.
What's going on, fam? It's Monday morning, it's Labor Day, so happy Labor Day to everybody. Well, I got the generator bracket on the truck. Now I have to make a locking mechanism or a way to cover it so that people can't steal it, and that's what I'm working on right now. So I'm gonna take this piece right here, put it along the edge. I'm gonna weld a piece right here and then a piece right here, and that'll give me kind of a open and close deal. I'll show y'all here in a minute, but let me weld this up right quick. Well, keep in mind I don't weld, I just melt metal together. Well, I think I got it. I'm gonna grind this thing down, make it look a little more presentable, and then start drilling holes and putting in locks. cut this one in half, get my 2 vertical members done, and then she'll be locked on there. I'll paint it. It'll be a wrap. Well, I got the bracket done. Got to drill the 2 holes at the bottom for the 2 bottom locks, and this ought to be a wrap, fam. Okay, fam, so I got the locking bracket. I got it painted. So now we should put it on here, and this really should be a wrap now. I got a temporary chain on there just so nobody would steal it while I was in the house cooling off. The only thing I'm a little bit concerned with is, and I don't really know how I missed this, but across the top here, I don't know if you all can see it, but across the top. But I really think it's going to be okay, because you'd actually have to be able to spring this whole thing up and around to get it out of this bracket here. So I think it's going to be okay. Gonna leave it like this for now. I'll probably put 1 more bracket across the top here just to be on the safe side. So now I'm off to the store. I've got to come up with a fuel tank solution and get my food for the week. So we should be in business. And that's a wrap. You can see how quiet it is. Going to be nice because inside you can barely hear it at all. So now all I have to do is come up with the AC solution, and I will be chilling. Appreciate y'all coming along with me on this journey. We will talk soon. Take care, fam.